Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It's Monday night. The Manchester United, well, the Man United agenda is back. We're back, and they look at the pleasant faces all looking. And sad news is there's no more Ralph Revolution or Red Army. So welcome to the channel, guys. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Man United agenda. And we are joined by Mr. B in the building. Hello, sir. How are we doing?
Good, man. Good, man. Good, man.
Yeah. On Monday, how are we doing, sir?
Yeah, very good. Got Eddie here. Got Mr. B. Got Solo. Let's go, man. Let's do this.
Eddie, welcome back, sir. How are we doing? How are you feeling?
Yeah, thanks for having me back on first and foremost. But I've got to say, we're going to get into it later on. But yeah, I'm really sad about Ralph leaving. But Ten Hag's there. Let's see what he can do. But yeah, we'll get into it later, man. Thanks for having me on.
That's right. And you know what? See, I'm looking at Eddie's face, and Eddie looks so upset, doesn't he?
Eddie, Eddie, God bless Eddie.
Eddie, you're not agenda now. Don't worry, man.
I'm trying to say something. I'm going to rely on you guys to keep me upbeat.
Poor Eddie, man. Poor Eddie,
You're
man.
in the right place.
Cheer up, bruv. Cheer up, man. We put a smile in your face. Don't watch that.
This is a therapy session for Eddie. We're gonna.
Oh, believe you me, it will be by the end of it. So, guys, everyone who's watching, if you're new to this channel, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We are on the road to 2K subscriber. But before we go on Monday, there's a few gents in the comments. No ladies as yet, but I'm pretty certain they will turn up sooner rather than later. Have a go, see what's going on.
All right. So, good evening to TalkMU. How you doing? Well, welcome back, Thomas Mitchell. Yee, he says. That means hello. And Yee from Zigos as well.
Does that mean hello?
I believe so, yeah. Oh. I don't want to be Yee. Have you heard that before, anybody?
No.
I'm old.
I might use that. I think that was like national flag. Right. Okay. Matthew Bassett in the house. How you doing, Matthew? He says good evening. TalkMU saying hellos. Want to say hi to Brush. He was on our channel the other day. Welcome back, Brush. Greetings, man. Hope you're doing well. Brush is also happy that Don Carlo done a good job of the weekend, soaked up the pressure and hit them where it hurts. Andy Long, how you doing, man?
Andy Long, big up. Not seen you before.
Welcome to the channel. And we've got Bill Badger, obviously, and here we go. Badger, man. Hope you're well. Hope you had a good weekend. I want to say big up to Ola Kunle, 007. Agent 007. Big respect, man. Big respect to you. And there's the conversation's going to start with Brush quickly saying he's not feeling price tag at all. He's getting DCL vibes with this guy Nunez. Would have been decent for about 45 mil. But they can keep it moving with what they want. He's started already. He's got off the mark. I mean, yeah. He's off it. Let's go.
So guys, obviously the rumor was Diaz. We've done a few shows on him now, to be honest, on the channel. Young 22-year-olds, hot prospects at the moment. Obviously, Man United don't have Champions League. I think he's more in favor of Champions League. Benfica has slapped a price tag of about 125 million euros. They slapped on him, making it even more difficult for Manchester. But that was earlier on today. According to news report in the last hour or so, Manchester United are very keen in still bringing him to the club, even though they've put on a transfer sort of fee on him. So let's kickstart. Mr. B, we're talking about Manchester United right now. We ain't got a clue how much money they got to spend. Right. I'm going to ask the panel before I go to Mr. B. They ain't got that money, one. But can anyone explain to me, he's got something like, is it like a 30 million or 40 million release clause?
No.
Am I right in saying that?
He can't.
That'd be Danjuma.
Is that no? But I think he has got he did have a release clause up to a couple of weeks ago. He did have.
If you trigger it, then we could sign him. It wouldn't be the case. No, it's not. It's a lot more. Than that, sure.
They can't ask for that price tag if you can just override it by buying out the clause. Surely.
But they did it with Bruno Fernandes, though, didn't they? Same thing happened to Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes was about 70 odd million, and we got him for like 30, I don't know, I can't remember what it was. You can negotiate. If you hit that minimum fee release, you can talk to him.
Yeah, because at the moment, apparently United are very still keen on him. In a report in the last hour have stated that United are still in negotiation with him. So, let's go to Omondi first. Omondi, 125 million euros. Have we got the funds?
I don't know about the funds. Obviously, I'm not a treasurer at Manchester United, but I know we're a big club. I know we've spent big money before, and we've always broken transfer records over the last 20, 30 years because of the size of our club. Whether we spend that sort of money on him, and we talk about euros as well, so it's going to be a lot less than 120. I think it's about negotiating the price. I think Benfica and these Italian clubs, they're very shrewd with their players. They do really good business. Once a player's been identified by the bigger clubs, especially the Prem, they sort of do their best to get the best price they can, and fair play to them. We've got a player here who's pretty good. He's a hot property at the moment. We've all seen him in Europe this season. Obviously, I can't imagine any of us get to watch their domestic league too much. And to be honest, I don't think the domestic league's that great, apart from maybe 3 or 4 sides, but very talented. But the standard, I don't think, is too high. So it's always hard to gauge the goals he scored, because I know he scored like 26 goals in 28 games in the league. That is some 34 goals in total this season. But this is why you can do the eye test. And what's one thing I think is really important here is that we've been scouting him for a long time now. And I know I was talking to Solo earlier, and Solo informed me that Man United have rejected 4 players early in the season, maybe, based on not just, right, they thought, okay, they tick the boxes for talent, but they felt like behind the scenes, the character, personality, bit destructive like that. So these are factors as well, which Fergie used to look at as well, which the reason why they rejected them. So I think if they're still, what gets me now, if we're at the stage now where we're sorting out the club and we're still pursuing guys, if I look every day in the news and on the grapevine and speak to Mr. B and Solo and find out what the word is, and we're still after certain players, that suggests to me there's something in it. So I think it's clear that Erik ten Hag has got a priority to get a striker. We need someone to contribute goals, to add to Ronaldo's goals. We weren't getting that last season. So I think, as we discussed in the show earlier in the month, we need 2 strikers or 2 forwards at least. So Nunez would be a good one to go start with, I believe. Let's just see how things develop. But I think Eric wants him, and that's what makes me say, okay, I'll go with that as well. But price-wise, I think we need to sort of go and have a word with them. Send Mr. B round to Benfica's offices.
That price is too much. The price is too much. Let's really, really be honest. There's no way anybody's paying 120 million pounds for Benfica. They don't want to keep him because they're selling his ass all over the place. So I'm going to assume it's going to be maybe a 60, 70 million. I can't see it being more than that. And even then, I'm not sure Man United are going to spend that money on one player. What's our budget? Even if our budget's 200 mil, even if the budget's 200 mil, I can't see them blowing that much on one player. It seems like too much. His figures are good, but then it's one season. Everybody's getting gassed over his figures. If he's done it for 2 or 3 years, then you could understand that price tag. But the fact that he's had one blinded, yes, great season regardless. But for that figure, I'm not too sure. What do you think, Eddie?
Yeah, I got so many things going through my brain. Like, first of all, the amount of speculation is just like, it's really just got me so like, you know, just confused, because wasn't it like at least a few weeks ago or a week ago that apparently Darwin Nunez was not going to consider Man United because we didn't have Champions League, and then it was supposed to be over, and then we're back in for him. It's like, I don't want the discrepancy of maybe the player doesn't want to come because there's no Champions League, because then you have to incentivize him with more money. And we know the bad path you go down when it's just money. You know, he's not going to have the best, or what do you call it, passion to play for the club properly. It's just going to be more of a wage packet for him. 120 million. Just from looking at the market, the market is insane now. I can't even, like, I remember when you could just look at players in the past, you could just really assess them and go, okay, that guy's 50 mil, that guy's 20 mil. Just like, teams have got free reign to go, okay, no, we're going to ask for 100 million for Rice, for Declan Rice. We're going to ask for 80 million for Maguire. We're going to ask for 100 million for Grealish. I think, yeah, we got to stay away from paying anywhere near 100 for anyone, because I think if he comes in, he may even feel that pressure as well of the 120 million. OMONDI said he got 26 goals and 28 appearances. That's really good. Like, I'm liking that. And then from highlights I've seen of him, he's a good player. Like, he's tall, he can run, he's agile, he's got that good finish. But yeah, for that price tag, it's just ridiculous. And I think we're going to get to a point, yeah, in the future where clubs are just going to really look to their youth systems to really cultivate talent, because 120 million, man, I can't get away from that. Yeah, I'd say leave him.
Also, obviously, he did say something earlier in the week as well that he actually wanted Champions League football, but I believe he's been promised if he does to Manchester United, they will give him the number 9 shirt as well.
Okay.
So that's an incentive.
Well, it's free.
Already.
The shirt's free.
Yeah, it's free, exactly. So that's part of the deal. What I've read in reports over the last few days with the incentivize, like what you guys are saying, 100 and that's a lot of money if you think about it. Because again, I read something regarding it, and it's almost like they want roughly the same money what Man City paid for Jack Grealish, and that's the reason why. Where he's not a proven Premier League player. So, like what Eddie you just said there. I don't see how we can play that much money for a player who isn't even. How do we know it's going to work at Manchester United? Obviously, you've got to gamble on it. And if Eric Ten Hag say we're going to gamble, we'll back the player. But I think that's quite a lot of money for a player who, yes, stats is great. 34 goals all throughout the whole season so far. And what Armando alluded to earlier with the goal scoring tally as well. I don't know, guys. I honestly don't know. But I'll back him and I'll take him if we are spending the money, and provided he can hit 25 plus goal next season. Listen.
I mean, how many strikers we needed? Like, was it about 2 or 3, right?
I think when Ralph Rangnick stated, he said we'd need at least 2 strikers, didn't he? 2 to 3 strikers.
That's why they got rid of him.
So there'll be 2 strikers there that we get in, and then there'll be Ronaldo. But then we're looking at the fact that Martial probably is not going to come back and do much. I'm hoping he would, because like I was saying to Mr. B behind the scenes, Martial is a student of Van Gaal who loved possession football. So in Martial's mind, that should be inspiration to try and make a comeback. You're going to have a system geared to make you score. Possession is going to create way more chances for the forward. So yeah, I hope Martial comes back. But yeah, if he goes, that would be him gone, then Cavani gone. That's 2 strikers, right? Who else? There's no one else apart from Ronaldo. Really?
That's Ronaldo.
So, exactly.
Exactly. It's mad. Are United going to spend that amount of transfer budget on one player when we need?
Eddie,
like
you better lace up, mate. Eddie, lace your boots up, mate. Let's get back out on the pitch.
Yeah, I'll get on there. For those wages that they're paying, I'll try my luck.
Yeah.
Well, talking about wages and payment, the Man United agenda are getting a lot of money in the moment, aren't we? We've got Tendai Mita in the house. He's giving us $10. $10. A salute to you, man, and welcome to the channel. Thank you very much.
Welcome to the channel. Appreciate it.
Can I just add to this? I think Benfica, look at their business. They bought João Felix for how much when he was sort of unproven as well, even though he had a few caps.
40-something million.
100 and something million, yeah, or euros million. So that's a lot of money, but I think there was more potential, I felt, with João Felix. He was like, one of those guys, well, okay, I can understand it, but that's a lot of money. And someone said earlier about the Mbappe deal and the Neymar deal really sort of unsettling the market, But Benfica, I have to give them credit, take your hat off to them. That's good business, because now they're interested in João, who's the guy from Watford? João Pedro, the striker from Watford, who they're doing good business as well. Bring in Rick Arlison, get made money off him, bring in João Pedro, big, strong forward who's still proven it in the Prem. Obviously, going to have to prove it in Championship again. But that's the replacement. So it says to me that Nunez is definitely going. I think Atletico Madrid are also interested in him as well. But apparently, Nunez has said he would prefer to come to the Premier League. But I know what Eddie was saying about him wanting Champions League football. But we have to sort of balance it out by saying, look, you come, we got a good project here. We have to sell it to him if that's the case, and if we really want him, So because the lack of Champions League football, like I say, with De Jong as well, these question marks are always coming up now. Can we attract players? And I think what to balance that, I think having Ten Hag, new manager, new era, a lot of confidence and optimism around the club. I think things are on the up for Manchester United, so that could certainly be a good selling factor.
It could be as well, because also what's his agent name? I keep forgetting his name.
George
Mendes.
Mendes, sorry.
And he does quite a lot of deals for Manchester United as well. So that's
and Chelsea
as well. Yeah, also positive. I can't see Chelsea going in for him, to be honest with you.
I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah,
they need wing forwards though. I mean, really, like Werner, Lukaku, and Pulisic, they're not really tearing up trees there. Like, I hear Chelsea fans always moaning about them, so they could be in for it.
Yeah, it's true. Right, let's go through some of these comments. 18 in the chat, guys. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do. It doesn't cost anything. Just hit that subscribe button and the like button as well. Let's go. OMONDI.
Okay, so Connor said he doesn't see 120 mil on a Portuguese league striker as a good deal. He's talking about Jonathan David from Lille for a lot less money, and he's got some really good pressing stats. Jonathan David, a bit overlooked. I don't think anyone's really looked at him. Andy Long is saying he's been here before, a little busier than in the chat. I usually end up watching the videos after they've ended, so rarely had a chance to join in the chat. But welcome. And he's also saying he's been catching up the videos with Jay from Paddock. Told us about you guys when he was on. Oh, good endorsement from Jay. He'll be on this Thursday, I imagine, won't he?
Yes, he is.
So Bill Badger is saying 60 million tops. That's it for Nunez. Would rather use Rashford as striker and bring McNeil in.
Forgot about Rashford. Can we see Rashford actually trying to be a striker again? I can't really see it. I don't think he's.
He can coach. You can coach him. You can coach him. He can be coached.
Mr. B just took a big sigh there. I think Mr. B wants to bite back. I'm saying no, he's not a striker either. But Mr. B, I'm sure the chest just swell up. Anyway, let's keep that to himself for now. TALKMU saying we need to keep our transfer fee to wage ratio on an even kill. Brush is saying for a year at least we can make do with the forwards options. With the forward,
we haven't got any.
Needs to strengthen the core, midfield, and defense. So when managers come to the club, start with defense and strengthen the spine before we sort of splash out on big strikers. Box is saying, hi, Box, how you doing? He's saying 60 million will get him, he reckons. And the 60 million will be what? Nearly 80 million euros, which ain't too bad. That should be a good deal. Matthew Bash is saying Nkunku would be a better option than Nunez as he can play more offensive positions than Nunez can. Brush is saying we're stuck with Martial. This is what you guys are saying. So might as well use him. He's laughing, actually, when he says that. Injuries aside, there's attributes. As you guys are saying, he thinks Martial's got attributes that Ten Hag looks for.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be open and honest with you. I think he can work, I think he could work in the system with Ten Hag.
He don't want to play for Manchester. He don't want to play at our club. I think he's given up on all football. I love Martial, but I think he's given up on all football. He went to Sevilla, the team of his choice. He went and stunk the place out. They don't care if he stays or if he goes. They have no opinion on him. You know what I mean? That's what makes it worse.
They did have a statement. They made a statement about it saying that it was a mistake getting him in.
Yeah, they have. Yeah,
there you go. See,
really bad. This is why I think he will have to show as a professional footballer. You wanted to go to a team, right? And it's not worked out, and then you're getting good money at Man United. If he can resurrect his career, he can keep getting paid that nice money and play the football he wants to play. I mean, Mr. B, you're saying counting him out for some motivation, but come on, surely if it's just that he has to resurrect, man, as a professional, surely there's a
I would love it. I love Martial. As I said, my Twitter headed until he decided that he wanted to sulk was Martial B. So don't get it twisted, bruv. I supported him right till the end, but I think he's done. I think he's really, really done.
Nah. I think
for me, the end was him going on loan. When you're that age and you go on loan to a lesser club in so many respects, that's the way of saying I want out. Because if you can't even fight to get into the side that's struggling in 7th place or 6th place, and that you're not good enough, the fans going to give up on you. And that was the end for me when he went on loan. He should have fought for his place and shown the desire to want to stay here and do something. But it seems to me, the thing is, when you're poker faced all the time, you can never tell the man's emotions. You know, the man's got one face, which is that's it. You know? Anyway, let's get back to the comments because good point here from Box. Box is saying the Neymar and Mbappe deals ruined football. I want to say hi to Emma Kay, the first lady in the house, our first lady. Unless Sue comes along, she can be the second lady. Emma says, let's remember that this is easy journalism. Exciting player, plus United, more clicks. We are going to hear these kind of stories all summer long, if not longer. It's a good point there. I want to say hi to Edgar J. How you doing, man? Back again. It's way too much. Wow. Maybe 60 million.
There you go.
Box saying true brush, but we must make money from the players. That's what the other sides do. Speaking of Benfica as well. Once again, big up for the cash flow. Mita, how you doing, bruv? And Bath Time's in the house as well. But I haven't seen this Bath Time saying, wait, Benfica won 120 million for Nunez. Who's reporting that they won't get more than 65 for him? That's a lot of talk. A lot of people saying it, aren't they, about 65? And on, do you want to say hi to Blue Moon Ian as well? Successful teams have a strong spine. Keeper, SBS, defensive midfielders. That's where I'd focus before the rest. And we were just talking about that, weren't we? Paddy as well is here saying we shouldn't be stuck with anyone. Martial, thankfully, that ship has sailed to King's Landing. And the Realist United as well is also here. I want to say hi to Realist United. How you doing? He said Martial needs to get serious and know if he wants to be a baller or a Gellis.
Well, I'm going to be honest, right? I saw a message from Cosman. I didn't even see the Gellis comment. If you don't know what a Gellis is, look it up, yeah? Because I'm not going to explain it.
Talk.
But basically,
our resident Patra speaking. You know,
basically, his wife has left him.
Oh,
so I'll be honest. I didn't know any of this tittle tattle. That's what happens when you don't keep your pants. That's what happens when you don't keep your pants in your trousers, isn't it? So
welcome, Richard, to the channel.
Welcome, bruv.
Welcome.
So Richard's saying my name
I
is
know Richard. Yeah, I know Richard.
Yeah, and the driver of fake Coke booking. Yeah, everyone knows that story about Liverpool. Hold on. Bath Time knows. Gellis is wow. Yeah. A man who likes.
There, Mr. B was trying to like put it nicely, dance around.
Bath Time just come out and said it.
Yeah. We got also Armando, don't run. We got a few.
Big up JR Ewing.
Who's the man? JR Ewing. JR in the house. Who's the guy from Rims? Let us know. Yeah. Let us know who the guy is from Rims. So
I'll tell you who the guy from Rims is. The guy scored 9 goals this season. Tall, 6'3", skinny striker, 19 years old. Top of my head, I can't remember his name at the moment, but yeah, he's been sought after as well. He's very talented and ticks all the boxes with the data and all that kind of thing.
Yeah. I got to say, on Monday, that was good. I like that one. You knew exactly. That was a good one. I like that one. 6 foot, Jesus. On Monday, love his 6 foot players. That's how he knows all of them, doesn't he? Okay, guys.
Yeah.
In the chat, 19. Go on.
Richard's still talking about the bus stories. I just want to say HD Gamer as well before we move on. HD Gamer saying Bath Time coming out with a Ralph Rangnick truth. Bath Time's talking about Ralph as well. Bath Time's got a lot to say about Ralph, and I think he's been proven right now with all the rumours that he's leaving the club. Bath Time must know something. He said this months ago. Profits.
Flying the wall, isn't he? Flying the wall. Right, guys. Danjuma, we're on to now. And apparently there is a release clause of 45 million euros for him. So far, he's played 23 games this season, 10 goals, 3 assists, all in total in all the competition combined. It's 34 games, 16 goals, 4 assists. A player, according to, me and Amanda, we were talking earlier about it, and Man United was linked with him before, weren't we? Before the sort of backup
when he was at Bournemouth, he was like the second decision for. If we didn't get Sancho, he was on the radar.
Yeah. So, Mr. B, we spoke earlier, we need a couple of strikers, and obviously with him, he can play where your boys Martial like to play, which is on the left of midfield. Then you've got he can play as a pardon.
No, I'll let you finish, bro. Sorry.
Left forward, he can play as a left forward and also as a central forward as well. If he did come in central forward, if we did get sort of, he'd probably be third choice striker if we got him, really, wouldn't he? Because we've got Ronaldo still at the club, we've got to remember that as well. So, Mr. B, a player who was at Bournemouth, 14 games for Bournemouth and scored 0 goals with 1 assist when he was at Bournemouth.
Do you know what? These are the obviously. I think we've got Sancho with the left-hand side, so I don't think we're looking for a left-hand sided player. I'll get that out there now. But the strange thing is, we looked at him. Did we not want to get him because he was a Championship player? Is that why they didn't take the chance? And this is where Man United's recruitment is wrong. If they had gone in for him last season, he wouldn't have cost 45 million. I understand we had Jadon Sancho at the time, so that's regardless. But these are maybe the types of players we need to be looking at. Before they make the jump, we should be in at that lower level, looking at these players, scouting these players. He's done well. He gave was it this season's Champions League game where he ripped up Dalot?
Yeah. He
killed him in that game. I mean, Dalot's not the greatest right back, granted. I do understand that, but he's a professional footballer. And Danjuma rossed him up in that game, man. So, for me, he's an exciting player. For that price tag, probably not. But if you're looking at somebody who will get you off your seat, and he does the work. He works so hard. I mean, maybe because we're used to seeing Martial on our left-hand side, we forgot what hard work is. But I think he'd be impressive. He would be very impressive. But I hope he's not a player. And in that position more is the position that I'm thinking about. We don't need a left side. We've got Jadon Sancho on that side.
Can you not play right side as well?
You could play Jadon Sancho right. Yeah, of course you can. Yeah.
Okay.
So, Mr. B, you just said it there. Danjuma is a hard worker. You just said it. Right now at Manchester United, have we got the commitment of hard work and dedication from these guys?
Of course we have. We've got Ten Hag. Come on, man. Smile, man. We got Ten Hag.
I'm smiling. But what I'm saying is
he's going to inspire these players to run, man.
Yeah, that's the player we want, though. Someone like Danjuma who's going to be running for a brick wall. That's what we're looking for.
But you know what? We've got players who run through brick walls. That's not pigeonhole. We've got McTominay. McTominay would run. Yeah, he would run through 7 brick walls. I don't want that. I want a man who's got skill and is willing to run for a brick wall. So he needs to have at least 2 of those attributes. You know what I mean? Monday, are you taking Danjuma?
Well, you guys talking about hard working and all that kind of thing. But the hardest working Juma associated with Manchester United is OMONDI Juma. All the work I'm doing behind the scenes, you know. I don't like to post, but I do a lot of work around here and don't get no credit for it. Anyway, yeah, I do agree. I mean, when you look at here's the thing. Mr. B made a great point about this signing. We, for example, now let's look at it. We had an opportunity to buy him last season, and he wasn't even on my radar. Looking at Bournemouth, I mean, I wasn't really watching him, but he's gone to Villarreal, and the reason he works hard because he's hungry to prove something. He's at the age where he wants to prove something. He's gone to Villarreal with a strict unit. He's been accepted as one of their boys. You know, they're nice, good team with a lot of harmony, and they fight for one another, that kind of thing. And he's proven himself. Imagine that, going from Bournemouth to playing Champions League. Of course he's going to have the hunger. Of course he's going to have that drive and really want to prove himself, you know. And now he's been targeted by a few clubs. He's really sought after from his performances. They got to the semi-finals of the Champions League. That is massive, you know. So he's on the rise, that's for sure. And hey, credit to him because he's done a lot of hard work, you know. Like they're not as hard as me, but we know that. But the main thing for me is this: where we need to improve. The Championship doesn't prove anything. Crystal Palace bought a guy from the Championship last year from Reading, and he's been a revelation. Oh my God! Oh, look at this guy. So what is wrong with the scouts that they can't say whether they can step it up. They're happy to get the Dutch striker who scores 50 goals, 50 games, and then like Kesman and come over here and doesn't do it. But it's like, what is wrong with the Championship? The prime example is James Garner. James Garner's been playing the Championship, and it's still a question mark whether he can do it, even though he smashed it against in the FA Cup against 1, 2, 3, 4, Premiership teams. So the scouting needs to improve in that respect, because I like Mr. B. I don't want to have to go in now and say, oh, just because you played with Villarreal and played in Champions League and gave Dalot a bit of a run around, now you're worth 45 million, and we're paid for you. What is that? What you were waiting for? For scouts. The other, it just doesn't make sense to me that we have to do that as a big club. Look at Benfica; they're a big club, but they go out and make smart business and then sell them on. Not that we're here to make money, but we just want to get good players, and kind of save money as well. If that would look good for the club as well if they start saving money. So as Danjuma, I don't rate him as far as I'm concerned. He might work hard, everything else, but I'm not the biggest fan. You say he ripped up. What's his name? Dalot, whatever.
Dalot.
I didn't see it like that. I thought Dalot ran with him, stood up. He stood up. He stood up with him. That's all he's asked to do. If he got a yard, great. He's a quick winner. That's what you expect. But he ran with him.
On Monday, though, but in that first game at Old Trafford, right?
Yeah.
In that game, Dalot didn't do anything.
I watched it.
Dalot got.
You say ripped. Think about it. Think about your words carefully. You say he got ripped.
He got ripped.
Are you still going to say ripped?
I was crying for one
Over to you. Over to you.
In the first half. Yeah, and we've all been,
So for me, sorry. Let me cut you like I'm ripping you down the wing. Yeah. Now, for me, ripping someone is chop, 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 and get away from you and drive away and leave you on your backside. That to me is getting ripped. If a defender runs with you and you're like, yeah, you're making the defender run and you're forcing them back, that's good play. But it doesn't mean you're getting ripped. I didn't see him leave Dalot on his backside or eating grass or anything like that. I didn't see that sort of guy. I just saw someone who worked hard a couple times on the counter with his pace, just direct. But, that's about it.
It was jarring, like the amount of success that Danjuma was getting. I was actually thinking it was Neymar playing. That's how well he was doing against Dalot. Yeah,
he killed him.
He killed him.
I was calling him the bargain language Neymar. He was. To get ripped, I don't think you have to be on your ass. Yeah, he was just leaving them in the dust, and that's good enough for me for you to be like getting ripped. That it wasn't good. But anyway, I want to talk about the winger situation. I'm so nervous, right? Because of these last 10 years of pretty much flops. I mean, apart from certain isolation signings, such as like when Bruno was good. Bruno was a good signing for his first season. He's flopping a little bit, but let's see if he can get coached. But the signings like Maguire, all of this. The point I'm getting to is that I'm not really sure about getting some of these what do you call it, prospects from teams that play different systems. I want Man United to go after players that play in high press systems. Any attacking system that is relevant to what Ten Hag is doing. Obviously, Ten Hag will know way better. He'll know if someone at a lower team that plays counter attack or whatever. You will see if players can be transitioned from that to high press. But because of the flops. Man United just messing about with signings. It's like, that's what I'm saying. I want to see people that are familiar with high press, gegen press, all of that kind of thing. That's why, I was seeing, I forgot who mentioned Nkunku in the chat. These are the kind of players that I want to see. These kind of guys that know how to press, how to do all this work.
Him, I swear to God. If we get him, my smile is going to be so big.
Get your checkbook out then, Eddie, because I think money are going to need your help.
Oh man, I'm broke, baby. I got nothing. If Ten Hag, this has got to be the synergy between Ten Hag and the director of football. If Ten Hag is thinking he can do something with the ingredients of Danjuma, then pay that 45 mil. How old is Danjuma, by the way? Because that depends.
25.
So kind of what is that? Kind of middle aged as a
middle age. That's still young for football.
Yeah, but then when you start to come off your prime, it's like about 30, 31, 32, isn't it? Really? So
6-7 years in his 6-7 years he's got.
7 years. So
45 million euros. That's
okay.
Good.
So the point I'm trying to make then, Errol, is that it would be worth it if he can grow, if he can still grow as a player. then 45 mil may be worth it.
If he does come to the club, though, he's not going to be a first-team star, is he? So he's going to be at least that quality to come off the bench.
I mean, if he can play right wing, then who have we got for right wing? I mean, if Sancho's going to play left,
this is my whole. Thank you. This is my whole point. We can't be looking for another left-sided player because we've got Sancho. We've got Sancho there.
Sancho can play right, though. Sancho can play right.
But okay. Looking at when we signed Sancho, we expected him to play on the right. We thought he was coming on the right. He didn't do well on the right. He did okay. He's nailed down the left-hand side. So if a player is nailed down the side, why are we now going to move him to buy somebody else? You buy somebody else to play on the right, no?
Because we've got a new system. We've got a new manager who's coming in the club. We'll be playing a totally different system. So he will be able to fit in that position. He will be able to fit in that position. Of course he will. We bought him from Dortmund. Well, at City, he played on the right. At Dortmund, he played on the right.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but we didn't play him on the right. Every time Sancho played, he played on the left. So why are we buying another left-sided player? I understand systems. Well, we
need a strength for the squad, though, don't we? If we're going to sit there and we're going to say, right, we're playing in Europa League. We were talking about this. This strength and depth in the squad last season wasn't good enough. This time round, if we bring in two players, look at Liverpool. Yeah, use them for example. Man City, for example, they've almost
their second choice player didn't cost £45 million.
No, but we know that. We know they didn't cost it. But right now, speaking, for me, bringing sort of Danjuma in the club basically is cemented. And so players need to start fighting for their position rather than it's sort of like, right, you're going to start week in, week out. We've got to have these players fighting for position because they've been so sort of laid back and relaxed because there's no one's going to take their places.
Look, this is an interesting debate. There's 34 people watching right now. So press the like and keep typing in because we're going to read out some good, decent comments.
And hit the subscribe button as well if you're new to the channel.
One thing I will say for Danjuma. Now, I never said he was poor. I just said I don't think he's good enough for Man United. Okay, and I don't think he ripped anybody. I heard Eddie use some big words just now about agreement and something else. What is that word? But he also said ripped, and that is like
I've tweeted you a video one day. I've tweeted you a video.
I will do my homework and have another look, all right, and assess him again. But I'm still thinking it's not good enough. But I don't know, guys in the comments. I'd love to know what you think about Danjuma because I've seen Matthew Bassett say if we should sign Danjuma or one.
I love these ones and twos. I love these ones and twos.
One if he's good enough.
You know what? I don't know if you guys know about this, but we had a mic check video come out. When,
Carl, and he recorded me. I didn't even know.
This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is where he gets it from. Ones and twos.
I got battered on that one.
All right.
But so, guys, I'll say one more point. Can I say one more point? Yeah, is that Man United have to go for wingers that can dribble. That's got to be a main thing. Danjuma can dribble. Let's see what other options there are. If he's not the guy, it's got to be just dribblers. I'm fed up with these guys that just cut inside. Like when Martial was on the left and he'll just cut in. And yeah, you do some 1-2s, but it'll be slow, languid. Okay, maybe you can have a left winger that does that a little bit, but then there's got to be another winger that can dribble. So yeah, it's got to get dribblers, man. I'm fed up with this whole just trying to pass. Let's see some skills, man, some flair. What happened to having flair at Man United? What happened to the Gigsies? All this, man. I'm going back and far away.
You keep going back because that don't exist anymore. They don't exist anymore, Eddie. Sorry.
Yeah, they do, man. Yeah, they exist, man. Yeah. They exist. They're out there, man. And Kuku can dribble a bit. There's other guys, man.
Yeah, guys. There's 33 in the chat. I think tonight we can at least hit 50 likes easily tonight. Come on, guys, hit that like button. We've got 24 likes at the moment, or 25 likes. I believe. So come on, guys. 33 in the chat. Hit that like, share, and if you're new, subscribe, please. Armando, would you like to go through some of these comments, please?
Yeah, I'm just going through them now. And one key comment about, I'm only going through the comments that are relevant to what we're talking about right now is Danjuma and that sort of forward we need. So here we go from a DHG game. And I think it's the best comment so far. He says, give Amad Diallo and Garnacho a chance. We're out here talking about other players. You know, maybe because they haven't played Premiership football yet, or maybe our scouts. This is the same thing again. We haven't, you know, they played youth football, they played under 23s. Maybe they've gone to Rangers, whatever. Why do we not give them a chance? You know, go out and buy other players to jump ahead of them. you understand what I'm saying? You got that. How much was Dello? How much? And going to Garnacho, he's got been in the Argentine senior squad for the World Cup national team. You know, do you understand what I'm saying? So why not give these guys a chance? That's a great comment there, HD.
So HD Gamer. You see, if you had said that at the beginning of the show, we would have had nothing to talk about. So I'm so glad you saved. I'm so glad you saved that for halfway through the show.
So just quickly running through Cosmos text.
I don't really like Diallo, to be honest, but I'm not really seeing if he can dribble. You know, I'm sorry, I'm going to keep banging on about the dribbling. I'm not sure. He's got good pace. I don't see him carry. When I've seen him,
he can be coached. He's young. He can be coached. Have
you seen a tight control and hold off man and cut?
He hold the ball. Yeah, it's very close control of the ball as well. The ability. Yeah, he has.
Okay, I need to see more.
Cosman's agreeing with Eddie, saying he burnt Dallo, talking about Danjuma. Big hi to Eddie here from Liverpool fans. Here, how are you, Eddie? VIP Eddie on our show, getting props. To Ghana, this is from Paddy. Ghana and the kids will be used for pre-season, but let's see. Just want to say hi to our favourite Chris. He's a Leicester, got Leicester channel, Leicester Till I Die. There's number one Leicester channel out there. How you doing, Chris? Welcome back to the Man United agenda. JR saying our scouts have failed recently because we buy players who have one good season, maybe referring to Danjuma. Dallo got twisted. Oh, God. Dallo got twisted. Damn.
There's the proof for you, man. The proof is there.
Yeah. I'm here twisted, ripped. Bath Time saying top 4. This is our target next season, but preferably third is realistic target, and with even a reasonable manager. Want to say hi to Mohammed. How you doing, Mohammed?
You got Mohammed. Welcome.
Blazers disgrace. Ralph no longer something. I've got that comment. I'm just going through the ones that I saw as relevant. So here they were saying that only Man United can change a right winger into a left winger. Change a right winger in Sancho to a left winger, but he can do both.
By the way, that guy with the name that Joe White is whatever, it's Bart. Can Bart just
we know that's Bart.
Name. Use your actual name. Come on.
We know. MUFC saying Erik ten Hag will win trophies at Manchester United. I'm just looking for ones related to Danjuma. And here we go. Ahmad struggled at Glasgow, says Bart. There's been a lot of shout in the comments about Zialo, who scored for Rome in the final.
Is that 11,
he's
10, 11?
Versatile. Very talented player he is. Here we go. Why we signed Pellistri when we had Garnacho's madness, similar to what Pepe is signing for Arsenal when they had Sacco. It's like that. This is what I'm saying. It's confusion at big clubs. I want to say hi to Tony, Arsenal fan. Suits, my friends. Hope Nunez doesn't come to you. They're looking for a striker as well. And also the Napoli striker. They're looking at him as well. So whether we go after, they're after as well.
Which striker you're talking about?
Yeah, Osman. Yeah,
I would like him.
You don't?
No, I like him. He battles on front. He's tall. Yeah, he's a great striker.
What's his touch like? Is his touch better than Nunez? His first touch. It's not Lukaku-esque, is it?
No, nothing like that. Here's a good one. Left back at Feyenoord. He's a real aggressive, good, tough left back. I like him as well. I don't know if you saw him in the final. Prior to that,
I like the Brighton left back.
Yeah, Cucurella, someone mentioned earlier.
Oh, Jesus.
Andy's saying, I feel sorry for Ahmad. Left a nice warm Italy for chilly Manchester and then get shipped to Rangers. He probably thinks he's at the North Pole.
He's getting paid enough, you know. That's
also, got to say, Saragas is in the building as well.
Saragon, how you doing?
See, too much left-sided players. So I'm saying we don't need left-sided.
And we'll say hi to Rohan as well.
Oh, look who is in the building as well.
And the Dutch Christ,
Big
Billy
Bob. What is it? How is it? On Monday pronounce it. Big
Billy BJ. Big BJ. Something like that. He's saying, anyways, a specialist supercomputer, which is back in United, who officially unveiled Ten Hag as the new manager earlier this week to finish 5th next term. This is from Manchester Evening News. I think 5th or 6th. So they're starting to talk in the comments about where we'll finish.
I think 5th.
And the Realist United is saying, because we just mentioned Victor Osimhen, saying is not just a high line runner, loads of pace, and needs many chances to score. And we don't create. That's what he says. So that's his assessment from the realist United.
Well, in a possession team, you get a lot of chances in the possession team, so still might be worth it to try.
Vince,
try them.
Thanks for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I'm just seeing if there's any 36 in the like there. We're looking up. It's looking up. What's it? Can dribble. There you go. Ready?
Sonalo can dribble.
Yeah. I've seen him a little bit.
I've watched him a lot. I've known him for a long time now. I've been watching him for a long time. He's always been a radar. He's like one of the most talented players come through Roma since maybe Totti. Not in that level, but he's still a very good player. And he can play. He's very versatile. He can play all across the forward line and maybe attacking midfield. So good player. Let's see whether he can step it up.
Bantering as well, Arsenal. So guys, as I said, at the moment there's 33 in the like, and there's 36 in the 33 in the chat, and we've got 36 likes so far. So just hit that like, share, and subscribe button, guys. See if we can hit at least 45 likes today in the chat. So, Eddie, a nice one for you. We're gonna move on to it, and it's about your boy himself, not at Manchester United, or man, should I say, not at Manchester United anymore.
Let's put some respect on
Ralph.
Mr. Ralph there. It should be Uncle Ralph. Uncle Ralph.
Uncle Ralph, then. Uncle Ralph. So reports are emerging today that basically what it was, him and Ten Hag had a 2-hour conversation regarding the structure of Manchester United and how the club wants to move forward. Now, the reports are saying that if you look at Ten Hag's interview when he did a press conference and he was asked a question regarding working with Ralph, he basically said something like he'll give his opinion and his judgment on how it's more or less going to work. It's now emerged that in the 2-hour conversation they had, they both got mutual respect for each other, and the players or in the changing room do not agree with some of the coaches that Ralph Rangnick has brought into Manchester United. So the relationship, Ralph's then have gone now and moved to a different direction, said, right, I'll go and I'll just continue doing what I'm doing, where I'm going to go manage the Austrian team, and basically left Man United in with mutual consent. So, Eddie.
Sorry, can I just add, before you do, just to set this up nicely, I'm going to give the official statement from Manchester United. And sometimes you have to read between the lines and see what's really been said here. I know Eddie's got a lot to say about this. So the statement says, we would like to thank Ralph for his efforts as interim manager over the past 6 months. By mutual agreement, Ralph will now focus solely on his new role as manager of the Austrian national team and will therefore not be taking up a consultory role at Old Trafford. We would like to wish him the best of luck in his new chapter in his career. That's the official statement that comes out from Man United. Mr. B is shaking his head. Eddie's grabbing wisdom from his beard. I want to hear what you guys got to say about this. What are we reading into this?
Eddie, you first, man.
Okay. I mean, you have to bear with me, guys, because there's so much on my mind. I've been listening to, a lot of other people's views on different channels. I've been going through, just trying to read between the lines, like OMONDI is saying, I don't get, first of all, why a team that was going to give someone a 2-year consultancy allows them to go and look for other work, and then why would you look for other work when you've got this possible, big collaboration to do with Man United? Why did Man United not offer him a full-time job? Why did they not say, okay, we see that, okay, you may not be kept busy enough through the year. Here's a job here, because we're looking at Murto and Fletcher to be taking this club out of their worst Premier League season, 0 goal difference. Players can't even play possession ball, which we've got a manager in to coach that kind of football. Yes, Ten Hag was saying, okay, finish second year of the season, maybe there's some potential. I don't know about that. We've seen what they've tried to do in terms of adapting to the football. It's not been good. There's got to be proper recruitment to get players that Ten Hag needs. I really don't get why someone in Ralph who plays similar football as well, similar football to Ten Hag, right? High press football. That makes me feel it's weird. Why would these two football guys not have similar ideas where they would complement each other? I really don't get that. And then the big thing I'm not getting is how people are saying Ten Hag didn't want Ralph at the club. Why is the manager making moves in terms of the structure above him? That doesn't make sense, does it? The structure above you should know what it's doing, right? The CEO, Rich Arnaut, right, should be consulting with Murto to go, okay, what's the identity of the club? Because we don't have an identity. We're relying on managers to come in. We've gone through Van Gaal, possession, then Jose, counter-attack, and then Ole, counter-attack, and now back to possession. It's like, what's the identity of the club? I don't get why Ten Hag would be allowed to say, nah, I don't like Ralph. I doubt that he said that. I don't like Ralph. Yeah, I'm just gonna work with you guys that are clearly like Murto has been in the job 1 year, right? As a sporting development. People are saying give him props for the youth team and the women's team. I'm sorry, but I can't give props to him for side pieces. I mean, I'm thinking about an analogy. If you go into a restaurant, right, and the starter's good, the dessert's good, and then the main course is shit, yeah? Are you going to leave a good rating? Are you going to be trusting that restaurant? Yeah? And I think you'll know what I'm talking about. The main piece of Man United is the football team. And Murto has overseen this team try and change counter-attack to possession halfway through a season. And this is why I'm a little bit depressed that Ralph's gone, because Ralph would be educating these guys. He would be telling these guys what kind of savvy signings they should be going for, looking for them diamonds in the rough. So we're going to rely on Murto now. What has he got? Everton and Everton legacy. What was he doing there? They weren't winning anything there. Ralph knows how to improve clubs, yeah. And we've just before we even give him a chance to even start the consultancy, he's gone. He's not even got a year to even show what he's got. This just screams to me that they just let him go because he disrespected the club in terms of disrespected the owners. Because I regard the club as no, it's the club because he dissed the players. But he disrespected the owners too, and I think this is just them punishing him and saying, "Okay, we don't need you anymore now because you threw everyone under the bus." But they didn't back him, did they? They didn't back Ralph properly. They didn't get him his players that he wanted in January. The players didn't pay for him. So what else was he going to do? And I'm going to wrap it up now because I've been rambling on quite a bit. You know, that's why I got my channel, Eddie's Football Waffle. Sorry to plug already, but I do a lot of waffling. Last thing is, this counter-attack team, right? They needed the season needed to be mitigated because to get a high press manager in hindsight, was awful. You need preseason, you need all the fitness. Why was Conte not brought in? Yeah, even though I probably would have been against that, but it would have suited the team. Conte would have come in and used the counter-attacking style because he's a counter-attack manager. He would have mitigated the season and most likely got top 4. Yeah, and the thing is, we know that the owners were saying that we don't want to get in Conte because he doesn't fit the corporate structure. He may talk too much and throw the toys at the pram. But then they got in Ralph, and look what he's done anyway. And he was the wrong style. So if you would have got Conte, he would have been the right style anyway. And maybe he would have thrown the toys out later down the road. But we wouldn't have had like the worst season ever. So yeah, that's my views in a nutshell. I think it's going to be painful. I don't see Murto and Fletcher doing much, to be honest. It's probably going to have to be Ten Hag having to negotiate his deals for himself. That's all I've got to say on that, man.
Can I? Sorry, I didn't hear a word. Can you repeat that, please? Sorry.
Sorry, guys. I'm just very passionate about.
No. I don't try to this feeling relieved now. As long as the tension's gone, you need to get that out. You need to get, because I must say with Eddie, like he's been in support of Ralph, a bit like myself. I felt that Ralph is a bit underrated with his time at Manchester United. Maybe not as a coach. You have to look at his credentials, what he's coming for. He's the fall guy, like Lee Majors, you know. He's that guy who's coming to take a fall for the club and be the interim man to say, right, I'm here, I'll take the blame or whatever, and so until we get someone else in. We can't get a good manager in November, December. Ollie wasn't doing well enough. That's a fact. We all wanted him out. We can't sit here now and say Ollie back. Just a couple of things. I know for a fact that Eric, they had a conversation about the players, a 2-hour phone call about the players. That's what's coming out in the report. That's what the discussion was. And with that, when you discuss the players, it's about the temperament of the players as well. So conversation like we've had today might have been about Martial saying, forget this guy, he's not on it, that kind of thing. As regards to his role, Eric Ten Hag's come out and said he had nothing to do with that. It wasn't a decision made by him about him leaving the club. So he's gone. If reading between the lines, when you read the corporate wording from the Manchester United official statement about Ralph, it's like it's a bit snide, I believe. I think Ralph is a renegade. He's a rebel. Big shout out to Rebel, our own Rebel, by the way. He'll be back soon. But he's a rebel. He says what he wants to say. And I think sometimes there's a word where I don't like to, I don't swear, but they effed him and they didn't even kiss him. That's what I feel happened with Ralph. And so because he didn't get any kisses with that, he's come in ruthless, knowing what he had to do. He's upset a lot of players, he's upset a lot of people, and then he said this, he's doing this, he's doing, the players moaning about it and everything. He's unsettled it. But when you bring all this, it's like when I'm weeding my allotment, when I'm bringing it all out, you can refresh things and let the rain come in and get rid of all the weeds and get rid of all the bad things and the snails, and everyone's going to destroy your plants. You got to take care of your crop. And I think he's come along. He's like a weed killer. Ralph has been the weed killer in that respect. He's come along and ripped it all out and unsettled everything. So now our plot will be lovely and the harvest will be fruitful for Eric going forward. A bit like the handover from what's his name? Shankly to Paisley. Paisley gets a load of plaudits for it, but Shankly done all the hard work, to get the club in check. And Paisley just sat back and said, trophies, trophies, trophies. I think it's not extreme as that, but I do think he's paved the way for the next manager to come in and without having to deal with all this thing, or at least unearthing all the issues that we had at the club. So I salute Ralph. I thank him for his time at the club. I think it's been, in a short time, in 6 months, it's been a very, very important transition for our club going forward.
Mr. B, before I go on to this comment from Bath Time, anything to elaborate on that?
No, you know already. The man chat his mouth. The man told them the truth, and they didn't like it. That's my take on it. He went in. His job is to rebuild clubs. They brought him in, obviously, the beginning to do whatever, and he thought he was going to get the consultants. From when you're offering a man a job 6 days a month, whatever it is, you know that they don't give a shit. So he went out there, and to me, he said, "I don't care. I'm telling the truth about you, and you." All them players went back to the board, cried like a bunch of bitches. Oh, he said this about me. He said that about me. Oh, they did. Boom. Gone. Gone. They don't even have to pay no compensation because they hasn't even started their job. So,
yeah. But also with that as well, like you just said there, as Mr. B as well, and I think all you guys said it very clearly on the chat as well. It's, if you look at they've done it to Jose Mourinho, threw him under the bus. They did it to Ole, threw him under the bus, and now they've done it to Ralph. And it's the same mentality these players have at Manchester United. At any point, they'll go in and they'll kick off and they'll moan, I don't like this person, I don't like that person, so you need to get rid of that person. And at the moment, and I think you're talking about as well, Ed, with Murtock and also Fletcher, these are the people the players are going to. So when they're going to players like those guys, the players are going to them, it then set us up for fail, because we need someone who can run Manchester United, who's basically a bit more assertive and sort of like pull the players and say, right, he's the manager, get a grip, get on with it, or get out of the club. That's it. Simple. We don't need to model coddle over these players, because as football fans, for us this season, they've let us down massively. Even last season, we finished second in the league. It's still a letdown because we're Manchester United. I'm not saying, We want the glory days back, but we should be challenged for titles. At the moment, these guys are crybabies. We're not challenged for nothing. All they're doing is they're going to go out there and challenge for a Happy Meal or something like that and get little toys. And they might cry as well, whoever don't get the toy. So, you know. So, guys, 29 in the chat. I think we've got about 41 likes. So can we just keep hitting that like and share and subscribe button, guys? And remember as well, I haven't even said it yet today. You can also become a member of the Man United Agenda as well, guys. Just go through the description. It's all there anyway. Armando, would you mind taking some of these comments away, please, sir? And there is from Classic Roland as well. There is a question in it. He's asked a question earlier. I need to find it as well.
It's really heated. There's about this Ralph issue. There's a lot of strong opinions coming through, and just going to say, well, from the start, Cosmo saying Uncle Ralph.
Uncle Ralph.
So
respect him.
A term of endearment, with us calling Uncle. Bath time, we know how he feels. He said, let's put absolutely no respect on this greedy, warmongering fraud. That's
what's the warmongering thing? Well, that's a big thing to put there, because I think I saw something similar on his Twitter. Like, so if you manage a club or help a club in Russia, then you're going to be on like Putin's side. Is that what we're saying? It's like, come on, what did you have to do?
We're not going to get into the politics side of things. I think it's just leave it at football, I think. But we don't know. That's all speculation. So Ukraine Strange saying, we've seen it all, we've won a lot, and Man United are never going to stop. That rhymes. Brush is saying, Ralph came in and exposed a lot of things that needed to be brought to light. I liked his honesty. As for what he done on the pitch, it left a bit to be desired. That's a good comment there. Bath Time's really going in and saying, name that fake psychologist B Solo who came in with wrong credentials. Joe White saying Ralph was scared at Man United. He aged around 10 years and 6 months. Thank goodness for Eric being bald. Otherwise, he would tell him what as white as fast as Sadio runs.
Did you guys notice with Ralph? Yeah, he had like brown hair when he came in. It was all nice and coiffed up. First press conference. And now he's just like complete grey. He got stressed.
It's Harry Maguire's defense, isn't it? Defending.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's a nasty dig you had there. Make proud of yourself. Get a digging on. Wait, if I get an opportunity, I'm going to diss up Fred. Watch. You won't like it. Watch your face. Matthew Bassett says these players are forever blaming the coaches. I'm not buying any of the BS. There's loads of comments. I'm just going to randomly go through them. Brush is saying here the structure was what's needed, changing and getting footballing people in footballing positions from that perspective. It concerns me. The fear is that all they're doing is musical chairs. That's a good one.
Wow.
That's what top board people do. They rotate in different companies and look after each other. Matthew Bassett says, Eddie, I've given you my opinion on the Ralph situation. You've had that conversation with Matthew already, haven't you?
Brush big up to Matthew. Yeah.
So Brush is saying, but it's not all doom and gloom, provided Ten Hag is supported properly and listened to. Matthew Bassett saying, Fletcher and Murta, once again, inexperienced people in crucial roles. UK Strain says, Alex Ferguson set the standard and no one can reach this level. Barfan saying, Ralph went around Europe last November trying to get a director of football position with nearly every big name club and was told to sod off by everyone except for United because of his dodgy past and greed. JR saying,
Ralph, say something to that, please? Just one thing, because there's loads of different reports you can read. At AC Milan was one of the teams that was trying to get like a role there, but they weren't happy with what he was doing, with what he does, which is expose the problems and actually talk about it if things are not going right. That's why he didn't get the role there. There's loads of clubs that don't like people talking. If Jose went there, it'd be the same thing. If Conte went there, it'd be the same thing. You got to talk. You got to reveal stuff if people don't back you.
Sorry, Paddy saying the pressing mantra just didn't work, unfortunately, from Ralph, he feels. Pat Lawless, how you doing, Pat? Pat was on the Friday Night Takeaway, a member of the Man United Agenda. How you doing, bro? He says, I love Ralph from start to finish. His honesty probably became too much for the players and hierarchy of the club. That's a great comment. Dutch Christ says Ralph should at least have had a meeting with Ten Hag. He did. Get HD Gamer says, I was thinking about this a few hours ago, but our recruitment is mid-table mostly, SHIT. And I haven't called out any other comments yet, but I'll just single a couple out here. Emma says, to be honest, I don't think Ralph and Eric would work well together.
I'd like to see why she thinks not, though, because they've got similar.
Yeah.
The issue with it is it's apparently to do with the personality clash regarding it. Basically, they both got sort of strong opinions, and it
I say this one thing as well. Yeah, why would the consultant be talking to the manager when the consultant should be talking to Murto, the director of football? Why, you know?
Because I think with it, I'm just saying it out there. I think Ten Hag might have a lot more control than what we think at the club.
I really doubt that. You know, I really do. I think they're going to put that out there just so they can make it seem like Ten Hag's going to be this Sir Alex Ferguson that's going to save everything. And if it goes wrong, cool, sack Ten Hag because he's had all the control, or supposedly. This is
but do you think, Eddie? But I don't think he would have. If he didn't have the control, he wouldn't have come in. He ain't coming in to be no my boy. It's his reputation at stake, isn't it? But you see people like Jose, Van Gaal.
No, but Jose didn't have no control. Ed Woodward had control, though. Ed Woodward had all the control.
Jose came in and he wanted to have control, and that's why he kicked off and acted like a bitch towards the end, didn't it?
Yeah.
And play Scotty at centre back.
This is the thing
for most of the games.
I think it's still a big job where people will think they can come in and still do what they can do with the kind of power that they got over the current squad. I don't think he's going to have power to say, okay, don't have this guy to recruit people when that's above his power. That's above his power level, the people that are recruiting. So I don't know why he would have a say on that kind of thing. You know, that should be up to the CEO, shouldn't it? He's up there in the hierarchy to say, okay, these are my guys that are going to be recruiting, you know? No, I don't get that.
Sorry, on Monday, carry on.
Yeah, just gonna there's a good few comments here, so just gonna run through them as I can. I'm just trying to label them. UK Strange said, "Speak the truth, look after your crops," you know, and also OMONDI say, Buffalo say OMONDI with another fire farming metaphor. God, sorry, I'm picking out these ones about me. Let's move on. Let's go. Ten Hag needs to clean out the moaners. So Ten Hag will know now who the bad eggs are, I'd say, from his handover. To be honest, Carrington's probably has no lights, so it must have been dark for Varane.
Did you quick one? I'm just going to shout some new faces I've seen, but quick one. Did you see the quote that Ronaldo made as well? This about the swimming pool at Man United hasn't been changed for a lot since 12 years ago.
I know he don't use it. He uses the one at his house. He said he's not using the one at there. And that they've had to the swimming basically the swimming pool and the you know where they do all of their water aerobic stuff ain't been changed for 12 years. It's the same pool that was there when Ronaldo left. He then made sure his house that he rented has a pool, and he told them he's not going to use it. They've now going to spend 250 grand getting it upgraded for the start of the season. Professionalism, yeah?
You know what? I hope they were changing the water at least. You
know what I mean? They should hire our man Phil from the USA. He's a good pool cleaner, isn't he?
He's looking good. He looks good when he's doing his pool cleaning, boy.
Yeah. Hopefully Phil will see Phil too. Barton said, I think it's understandable as he's been living in the south of Europe all his life and then turns up in Manchester. Hi to Phil Palms. How you doing, man? He said, yes, guys, big up to you. And also hi to Rich Sports. How you doing? He said, hit the like and subscribe. So do what Rich says, please.
We got also, go on, Amanda, you doing it?
Steve Fletcher's in the house. Just say hi to Steve Fletcher, one of our new originals. Welcome back, Steve. Hope you're doing well. Realist United says, you United fans, you think United fans will ever come together?
Of course we will.
We are united.
All together now.
The clue is in the name. Dutch Christ says, Ralph has no chance. He spoke the truth, but the Glazers hate the truth.
Yeah.
Brian M is saying, Ralph burned his bridges with the players. Ten Hag wants a clean slate. So, yeah, maybe that's a good thing. If Ten Hag comes and brings him in and keeps him there, maybe the players start back chatting or something. So
he's only there for 6 days a month. It's not like he was going to be there all the time anyway. They're just bitches, man.
Do you want to say thanks to all the comments? There's loads of comments today. I really appreciate that. We haven't even finished our agenda yet. The Man United agenda continues. Well, any other business?
Any other business? I'm just wrapping up.
just quickly.
Any other business? There's a couple of people on here I need to shout out quickly. We will be seeing them on Friday if all is well. Friday night we should see Steve Fletcher. He'll be on the takeaway. We should see Matthew Bassett, I believe, as well on the takeaway on Friday. I believe so. These are all members, guys. And who else will we see on the takeaway? And we've got, is it Thomas right at the beginning of the show on Monday, his first comments? Is it Thomas?
Yes.
Yes, he'll be on the as well. Yeah. So we got 3 people will be on the takeaway. 3 members will be on the takeaway on Friday night. So make sure you tune in. I'm on there. Any other business? Because I know you like any other business.
This is the second time Bath Times asked this question. He said, on Monday, I want you to tell me if he was correct in December, what he said about Rangnick. And I'm going to say to that, inconclusive. Let's move on to any other business.
I'm on and giving an answer.
James Garner. James Garner's one. Now, here's the thing about James Garner. James Garner's going to be wearing under-21 duty. There's a question mark about whether he can be in the first team. Congratulations, James Garner. What a fantastic season. They were bottom of the league early in the season. They ended up getting promoted, as we saw yesterday on TV. He played really sensational. He wants for his development. He doesn't want to come back to Man United and be a squad player. He wants to have game time like he's been getting. It's just going to kill his flow, blow his buzz if he goes to Man United now, ends up on the bench, after his performances. He's really made it play. So Nottingham Forest going up. The question mark is this, which really quick question. He's going to be on the second phase of returning to the club because he's got under 21 duty. The team get back together on the 27th of June for pre-season training, and obviously they go away to Australia and the Far East as well. He scored 4 goals, got 10 assists in 49 games. What's going to happen with him? Wow. I know that Forest are already looking at a replacement. They've looked at Will Smallbone from Southampton, so it looks like they're ready to let him leave. But the decision needs to be made, and I think Eric has come out and said he's going to have take time to look at him. So he's already called out. He's going to look at James Garner, see if he's suitable. But here, once again, what's going to happen? He realizes he's not suitable, then goes late on loan to a club who needed him at pre-season. Who knows? Second bit of news: this guy called Joe Gomez from Flamengo, and we know that Pereira's gone off to Flamengo, and we're trying to flog him off, but it didn't work out for him. He's coming back. But this guy Joe Gomez, he's 21.
We don't want him.
He's 21.
He's coming back. He's coming back.
Yeah, but this guy's 21, and he's the one who kept him out. The guy who kept him out of the team at Flamengo is Joe Gomez. He's a defensive midfielder or a deep line playmaker, and he plays 4.1 tackles a game, 1 interception a game, 0.4 clearances a game, 2.6 blocks, and 1.3 long balls. A good young player, and we've been looking at him. He's been on our radar as well. And finally, Rafinha as well. I know what's happening with Barcelona. They've got someone leaving on a free. That would be Delembe. If that goes through, then maybe Rafinha will go to Barcelona. I think that's his desired choice. But also, Man United is still sniffing around that deal. So that'd be interesting as well. And there's plenty of other news as well coming out. So keep your ears to the ground.
Jesus. Guys, if you want to continue the conversation, make sure after the show you can go on to the YouTube link afterwards. I know who will be there. The first person will be there will be
Bill Baggio.
Baggio will be the first one there, just to keep. And there you go. See, he's there right there already. He's there. So guys, from us, we'd like to say thanks to every single person who's joined us today. Like, share, and subscribe as well to the channel. And I think we're about 40 something likes, but hopefully we can hit a bit more before we come off air. So as always, Eddie, sir, where can we find you?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for having me on, everyone. I hope you've hit your the free like button. It's free to hit the like. So I don't know why, if you're not hitting it, why you're not hitting it. It's a good show, good discussion. Yeah, you can find me at Eddie's Football Waffle, where you can see me bang on about stuff. There'll be mostly logic, some jokes in there. And yeah, just thanks again for having me on and dealing with my waffling.
Eddie, I don't know which one of us waffled. It was either me or you.
Yeah, I know.
We need to get the psychiatrist there. Put his feet up for the next session.
Yeah.
44 likes, guys. 44 likes. Yeah. So, guys, I've been Solo. And you got Mr. B in the building.
I've been Juma, not Danjuma, Juma.
Juma. Guys, also remember as well that we are on social. You can hook us up as well on Instagram and also Main one is Twitter, really. We're on Twitter. So, guys, from us, 46 likes so far. Thank you all for watching, liking,
by the way,
sharing.
I don't need hooking up. I'm a Gellis.
Wow.
Oh,
Thanks,
I sent in that video on Twitter. So
top show. Thank you, Matthew. I'm looking forward to seeing you on Friday night as well, making your debut on the agenda as well. Guys, also remember you can become a member. If you are a member, you get to go on to the takeaway on a Friday night to sit down with Mr. B and talk. And tonight, on Friday coming, Mr. B is going to be action-packed. There's lots of them on this Friday night. So, guys, from us at the Mania Agenda, we'd like to say to every single person, thank you so much for all watching, liking, sharing, subscribe. Good night.